Okay, let's continue the scanning RPC methods. So now we are considering the scanning of all RPC methods defined within the RPC service. And like I used the RPC booking as an example, we have one RPC method defined here. Okay, so we need to start scanning when the Spring application is running up. So what's the timing of scanning? We need to think about the timing. So the best time is when after all the singleton beans in the Spring container have been fully created and their dependencies injected, and then we can start scanning. So then how could we control this time? All right, so we can use the interface provided by Spring Boot. It's called SmartInitializingSingleton. This interface, we need to implement a method called afterSingletonsInstantiated. So this method, it's being called after all singleton beans in the Spring container have been fully created and their dependencies injected, including the auto-wired, post-construct, initializing bean, and other lifecycle callbacks. So initializing bean is another method. I'll introducing it later, not now. All right, but we need to think about that. What are we going to do inside this method? Because this is a scanning. Okay, right timing to scan all RPC methods here. Okay, so we can start scanning. And how could we scan? How could we scan when this RPC is running up, and then we need to scan all the RPC methods defined in the booking, like for example this here. So the first step is we have already defined, right, the RPC methods. So the RPC methods the RPC methods in our framework must be defined. The RPC method must be defined in interfaces extending from remote service, right? And RPC methods have mark as RPC annotated. Okay, so we need to find the methods that meet these two criteria at the same time, right? So we need to print out a message first. So after singleton instantiated started, so telling people that when we telling our users and ourselves that when this service is running up and when this service call, and we print a message telling that it's running and it's working properly. Now, first of all, we need to do something. We need to give a scanned package, right? We need to tell where we scan it. So we need to define one thing here called scanned packages. And also we need to have another property called client ID. This is very important. I said that every RPC client must have a unique ID. All right. So in these two, so the thing is, these two properties, how can we inject the value into it? Where can I inject the value, and where can I put the value and determine the value, write the value down? Where? So let's see. We just defined an interface called enable RPC client. So inside the enable RPC client, right, we can define two properties. The first one is the client ID, because we need a default client ID, default. The second one is the scan package. We just say scan packages or base package. Okay, we use the base packages. So that's the package that we are going to scan, and which is the default is an empty array. Right. So once we have these two, in the method here in the application class, now we can do things. Client ID, we give them a unique client ID. We say demo booking, it must be unique. And the other one is base package. We say com Justin demo booking service. Okay, so we can put all the RPC base package, like the scanning package, here in the service, and then later on we can put all the RPC service in this folder, and then it can be scanned. This folder, any class under this folder can be scanned, right? So that's what we're going to do. And how could we, the next question is, how could we inject these two values that we put in this annotation into the RPC clients? Okay, so we are going to do it later.